Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by and thank you for clicking on this video. So on this channel I am doing a series of rhinestone tutorials for beginners who would like to master Silhouette Studio in order to make their own rhinestone template. Now if this is the first time seeing me, don't worry, we have not reached far. This is actually part 2. I did part 1 in another video and this is just part 2, so you don't have to worry. We're still not too far. So today I'm going to show you how you could get a template like this one that I have on. Now if you look at the shirt that I'm wearing, you'll see that it has two different color rhinestones. You have one that outlines the edge, and then you have another color inside. And this is exactly what I will be taking you step by step in understanding. So if that is something you're interested in, keep on watching. Okay guys, welcome to part 2 of the beginner's guide to rhinestone tutorial. Now in part 1, we discussed a few things. We discussed how we could write or text to turn into a rhinestone. We looked at how we could use the line style panel. We looked at how we could apply our rhinestone to just a basic word. Now, this is exactly where we left off in the last video. So what we are going to do, we are going to see if we could take it a little bit further in learning something new. So today I'll be teaching you how you could layer words with rhinestones, okay? So here we have what we did the last time. Okay, instead of me taking this off, I'm gonna put it to the side, okay? I'm gonna put it to the side because I want you to see the difference in what I'm doing. I'm gonna put it away to the side, and I am gonna go back over here where it says where the A is. Remember I taught you that in the first part, and I'm going to click on my canvas and I'm gonna type again the word love. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna increase this letter, this, using the one on the side. Remember I told you that this one down at the bottom, the little box in the at the bottom, is the proportion side. When you pull it, then it allows the text to be proportional. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change this from Arial. So I'm gonna go over here where I'm hovering to my textile panel. I'm gonna change it to favor. You know I like that one. Okay. Now I want it to be accurate, so I'm going to go up here where it says object. We did all of this in the first lesson, and I'm gonna ungroup. When I ungroup, then the letters, there will be no more space between the letters. So with it selected again, remember you know it is selected because this dash line is around all the letters. I'm gonna go back up here to group, to object, and I'm gonna group it. Now I could go ahead and size it to whatever size that I want. If you use this one in the middle, it just makes it longer. And this one in the middle to the side, it makes it wider. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change my color. So I'm gonna go over here. You could go over here or over here to your fill panel. And I am going to change it to, let's see, this beautiful purple. And remember, I tell you that there is a line around it. So you will have to take that line off. So you go over here where you see this little red box. You're going to click on it and then you're going to press none. That will take the line off. Now, this is now your first lesson in this section. Today I'm gonna show you how you could use two different colors when you are making your template. So I'm going to zoom up because I want you to see what I am doing. Let me take off the fill panel. So this is what I have, okay? What I'm going to do in order to get these letters having two different letters, you're gonna go over here where you see this star, which is the offset panel, okay? So today we're gonna work on the offset panel. We're gonna see what it does. So I'm gonna open my offset panel. Now, the offset panel, there are two features at the top, okay? You have the offset and the internal offset. The offset, if I should touch the offset, I want you to pay attention to what happens. You notice that it outlines outside of the word, okay? So each letter has an outline around the word. However, that is not the one that we're going to use for this project. When you get into rhinestoning, you will find out when you will use offsets and when you will use internal offsets. So in this case, we are going to use the internal offset, and I want you to pay attention to what happens. Now, automatically the distance is going to default to a 0.125 inch. I usually just leave it like that. And the corners, you could have them round or you could have them squared. You notice, you see, this is more squared, this is more rounded. I usually leave it rounded. However, I could go over here and I'm gonna press the internal offset and I'm gonna show you what happens. Okay, so let me take off the offset around it. So I'm going to undo that, okay? And I'm going to press the internal offset. So when you press the internal offset, I'm going to zoom up. I'm not sure if you're going to see this, but you'll notice that there's a line in between the letters, see? In between the letters, and that's what you want. Now, I usually let it just stay to at 0.1, okay? I usually let it just stay like that because I find that it works best that way. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to press apply. Now, when you press apply, then it's going to be there. You're not gonna see it because the colors are gonna look the same. Looking at the word, it's gonna look the same. But I want you to go up to this part where the fill is. And you are going to, without touching anything, without moving anything, you're going to click on it and just choose a different color and you're going to see what happens. So I chose green. Now I see that the offset that I made, the internal offset that I made, I changed it to green. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have the purple layer around and then the green layer inside. That is the internal offset that I have made. Now, based on what we spoke about in the previous video, you will have to take off that line. There's a red line around it. So you'll have to take that off. I'm not sure if you can see it from where you are, but I'm seeing it. There's a red line there. So I'm gonna go up here where I am hovering without touching anything, and I'm gonna take that line off. Now that line is off. Another thing you'll need to know is that these letters are not grouped together. Whenever you make an internal offset, the letters are not grouped together. Now, to be safe, you could just go up here without touching anything and group them. But I'm going to show you what you could do if that doesn't happen. So I'm going to zoom out. So now you'll see that I could move this, I could move this, I could move this, I could move that, right? I'm going to undo that, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on that green, the green in the L. I know that my green in the L is selected because when I go up here, it's showing green. Okay? You're going to hold your shift key, and you're going to press the green in the O, still holding your shift key. You're going to press the green in the V, still holding your shift key. You're going to press the E in the letter. Then you're going to go up here where it says object, and you are going to group it. Now I'm going to move it out, and you see that these two are grouped together, and that's what you want. So I'm going to undo that because I want it to stay the same. Now this is a very good way to work with two different colors rhinestone. When you're working with rhinestone, this could be two different colors. Okay, so what I am going to do now is I'm going to show you what this looks like when you are going to apply your rhinestones. So today I taught you how you could apply an offset to words. So we're working with words first, and then we're going to move on to files like SVG files, like images, how you could do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you now how you could apply rhinestones to this so that it has two colors. Previously, we did the one where there's just one color, if you remember. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to put the link for you to see. So I'm going to put that over, and I'm going to zoom this up again. Okay, and these colors look so pretty together. The green and the purple, so pretty. All right, so now we're ready to apply our rhinestones. So I'm gonna go up here where it says panels, and I'm gonna go down to rhinestones. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to first apply rhinestones to the purple layer. I know that my purple layer is selected because when I go up here where I'm hovering with the mouse, see my mouse? I go up here, it's showing me purple. So what I like to do is to make the edge. So now this becomes the edge. I like to use the edge rhinestones to fill it. So because I've been working with this before, it defaults to 1 point, it defaults to 0.15, but it normally it defaults to 0.39. Because I'm working on the same project before and I use 0.15, it's telling me that it's 0.15. So it's telling me that the it's close. It's close together. Okay. Now, what you'll notice is that, let me go up, that there's stones touching here, and you'll have to fix that before you cut it out because you do not want stones to be touching each other. But if you look at this, you see how it is fine, it is okay. I'm gonna show you how you could release your stones to fix it, like move it over, move it out so that it doesn't touch each other. But let's apply the rhinestones to the green area and we'll see what we get. Okay, so I'm gonna open back my rhinestone panel, and I should tell you that I'm using 10 SS stones for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on my green layer. I know that my green layer is selected because there's green up here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to check on the linear fill first. Quite nice, isn't it? See that? It is quite nice. They're quite close. They're quite together because this one is the 0.015. Okay. Now let's see how the radial fill looks. Okay, so with the radial fill, you're going to have work to do because now you'll have to release all these stones and then add stones in between these areas or put stones closer to each other, especially in this area right here. Okay, but I want you to notice, I want you to notice something. Let me go back to my rhinestone panel. Look right now, look at the O, look at the O. I want you to look at the O. You see how rounded it is? All these rhinestones around it. Round, 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 right? But if I should do the linear fill, look at what happens. It fills it up quite well, but then it is, when it comes on to this point right here, it's not rounded. But I think I like the linear fill much better with this design right here. Okay? So no, this is telling me that I need 1,398 stones to do this project. Okay, so let me close this for a little while. And I'm going to click on the purple because I want to fix that stone right there. Those stones that are touching. Those are the only stones that are touching. So I want to fix it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to ungroup those stones and you're going to see what happens. You're going to see what happens. So when you ungroup, then each of it will have its individual box. So what you could do, since it's not a very big deal, you could just select the V and use the arrow key and shift over. Okay, you notice I'm using my arrow key and I did it about 4 times. So it means then that for the, I'll have to ungroup the green layer also. And I'm gonna use, okay, so and I'm gonna use my arrow key and move over back the green in place. Okay, so now it is okay. It's not touching anymore. So now what you'll have to do now is to go ahead and to group back every single thing because now everything is, see, now everything is by itself. This one also it's by itself, but you will have to group them back. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna undo, and this was what it was originally. So now you see that this is not touching. So what you're gonna do to get them back together, to group them back together, you're going to click on the purple in the L, click on the purple in the O, click on the purple in the V, and the purple in the E. You're gonna go up here where it says object, and you're gonna group it. You're gonna do the same thing for the green. I'm gonna click on the green. I know it's selected because of this up here where I'm hovering, you see the green. I'm gonna press shift, click on the O, click on the V, click on the E. I'm gonna go up to object and I'm gonna group. Okay. Now I have 2 layers. See, I have this layer and I have this layer. Now, if I'm satisfied with this, all I have to do now, and I want to put this on a bag or a shirt or whatever the case is, I could go ahead and I could um, go ahead and make this an SVG file. But I'm going to teach you how to do that in another video. So I'm just going to show you in this video how you could get a two-color rhinestone template. Okay, so I will see you in my next video. I'm going to stop the video right here. Until we meet, bye. Okay guys, I hope you were able to follow along with my process. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.